this is Ginger from my sister's scrapper. I have another little quick tutorial I want to share with you today. I did have somebody request me to show them how I created this little insert from my old Curiosity Shop mini album. So that's what I want to share with you today. I had seen this a couple years ago, I think, on YouTube. I think Laura Denison had done it, this kind of a similar item, and she had used the number 10 envelopes and created a little pocket page insert. And again, I'm not a big fan of envelopes. So anyway, I decided I really liked this idea because you know, more opportunity in a mini album for photos and tags and stuff. So I went ahead and kind of duplicated this this whole concept, envelope concept, using cardstock. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. So what you're going to need is your scoreboard, your paper trimmer, some wet glue, a bone folder, a scoring tool, and a little circle punch. So what the first thing you're going to do is get your cardstock that you're going to use. And in my original mini album, I had used the black cardstock, but it doesn't show up really good when you're trying to do tutorials. So I'm just going to grab a piece of light colored cardstock here. So you're going to take your cardstock, and I used 8.5 by 11. And on this particular one, because I wanted it to fit in my mini album page, which is, you know, like 6 by 6, 6 by 5 page, I wanted it to be a little bit smaller than the number 10 envelope. As you can see here, it's a couple inches maybe smaller. So I'm going to give you those measurements for how I created this this size right here. So I used a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I went ahead and cut my paper down to make it 8.5 by 7. So go ahead, and on the 11-inch side, you're going to cut it off to make it 8.5 by 7. There. Just cut that off. And then this piece right here, this section that we've cut off, we can use that for our photo mats. So save that piece. So you're done with your paper trimmer. And then what you want to do is get your scoring tool, your scoreboard, and lay it in your paper in your scoring board on the 8.5 inch side. So you have it 8.5 inches by 7. And you're going to go ahead and score at 4 inches and at 8 inches. Okay? So then go ahead and fold your score lines. And fold this one. So then what you're going to do is you've created, once we glue our flap down, this is what we've got right here. So we're going to go ahead and put our glue along this flap and then seal it closed. And I do like to use score tape for this, just because it's stronger and I want to make sure it stays together really well. So, but you can use whatever glue you prefer. This is just my glue of choice for this particular item right here. So go ahead and run your score tape along on the flap here. And press it down and pull the backing off. And then go ahead and fold this piece over it. Okay, so there you have it. Now you have this little tube thing. So basically it's like an envelope that we've sealed and trimmed the edges off. So then once you have it like this, I decided I wanted mine to have like an extra inch here. So since my piece was 7 inches, I went ahead and scored it at 3 inches right here on the 7-inch side. And then that left this piece to be 4 inches. So go ahead and fold up on that. The score line right there. And use your bone folder to give it a good crease. So then you have something that looks like this. Now I know in the original tutorial that she had done a couple years ago, she created this little piece that you stuck in here, but I was kind of lazy and I thought, hey, why bother? So I just went ahead and ran a bead of glue along this edge and along the bottom to make my pocket at the top right here. That's what we're going to do now. So take your glue. I prefer wet glue. You don't have to use wet glue, but I don't want my tag to stick, so we're going to go ahead and run some glue along here, and not a bunch because you don't want to give up too much of your pocket space. And I think this puppy's going to ooze on me, so we'll just kind of smear it along here with our finger. And then go ahead and fold that down. And it's a little messy because, again, I'm not a big fan of wet glue, but what you gonna do, huh? So, let me move this scoreboard out of the way. So now we've glued this piece down. And press it down. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your little circle punch and stick it in there, and you can do this before you glue it down if you want. It would make it a little easier, but hey, I'm just trying to wing it here, and I just eyeball it so it looks like that, and then again do the same thing on this other pocket. Go ahead and put your I try to line those two up so they are kind of even. So then we have that. So that's basically the insert. It's pretty simple. And so you have a pocket here and a pocket here, and then you have a place for a tag in the back right here. And then also on the back, you have a place for a nice photo mat. So what you're going to do next is, in order to, if you how to decorate it, what I did here, this piece that we cut off is we're going to use this particular piece for our photo mats. So the one photo mat that goes in here is going to be 3 by 4. So we'll get our paper trimmer out. It should already be 4 inches because it was 8.5 by 11 and we cut off 7, so we're just going to cut 3 inches off of here first. And then for the larger photo mat that goes inside the bigger piece, that's going to be a 4 by 4, so we're going to cut 4 more inches off of here. So that's all you have left of your original 8.5 by 11. So it's pretty good. You use all the pieces except this little scrap. So those go right in here. Here's your photo mat for this one, and if they don't fit, you can always trim them down a little bit, but they should fit in there pretty good. And of course, it's going to make a liar out of me, you naughty little thing. So, trim it down a smidgen. There we go. Oopsie. So then that'll fit right in there like this. And if you want it to be a little looser, you can trim it down to, 3 7/8, 3 3/4. Then it really fits in there really nice. And I don't know why this is not going to, it's horrible cardstock. So then that's going to go in there like that. And you can round your corners and make it a little easier to go in. And this one will fit in here. So what I did in order to decorate it is I went ahead and took my design paper, and you don't need a very big piece. In fact, this little strip here will work. And I'm going to cut it down to, since this is 4 inches, I'm going to cut it down to 3 3/4. This is a great way to use up your scraps too, and I had it so much. And just, you're going to stick it inside there so it looks like one continuous piece, and just line it up here. And of course you would ink your edges if you want to do the distressing. So we'll go ahead and glue that down. I'll use my ATG gun for that. So that's going to go, and I'm going to put a little more tape on this piece because I'm going to cut a half circle. So this is going to just slide right in there, and line it up as best you can. So it looks like that. Okay, so then go ahead and open this back up. Take your circle punch, because you know these little punches don't like to go through more than one thickness of paper or cardstock, and just punch your half circle again, like that. So that covers up, and like I said, you didn't have to use the whole piece because you're not going to see it. Because what that does is then it kind of makes your the inside of your pocket looks like it's finished. So then you'll go ahead and do the same thing with the other piece of this right here. So, and you don't have to, I just like to, and I had a lot of scraps left over from this project anyway. So again, I would just cut a small little, you know, piece, about 1.5 inches or whatever, and make it 3 3/4. So I'll go ahead and use this. And just a couple inches is good. And I'll take my ATG gun again. And we're going to do the same thing with this. So open up our pocket piece, stick this in there, and line it up. And of course it's stuck to my fingers. Imagine that. There you go. And just press that down. Just finishes off your pockets a little bit nicer. And then you can go ahead and put a piece of design paper on here. Let's see, what do I got here? I didn't bring any more over here. And again, I would make this, since this is 3, I'd make it 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and again do the same thing and just punch your half circle. So we'll take this piece. What did I say? 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And again, put your glue or your adhesive or whatever you want to use and glue that piece down. So that's going to go right on there, like this. And again, take your circle punch. It's kind of hard to see this on camera, I'm sorry guys, but you'll just stick it in there and do the same thing you did with the other side. And just punch your little notch out. So that looks, there you go. And then you just go ahead and put a piece of design paper on the back, which would be 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And there you have it. And then you can make a tag for in here. I would make my tag probably 2.5 inches. We'll see if this will fit. Oh yeah, this will fit. And then this just goes right in there like this. And I like my tags to stick out a little bit. You don't have to make it this long. I think I made this one 2.5 by 4, but it might be a little longer. Because you lose a little bit here when you glue it down. In fact, I think this is probably 2.5 by 4.5. But anyway, I would make my tag 2.5 by 4. So there you go, and then just decorate the back, and then you have a great little extra insert that you can put right inside your mini album. So there you have it. That's my quick little tutorial on how to substitute cardstock in lieu of envelopes. And then you can adjust this to any size. You can make it longer, you know, make your pieces bigger, but this is just the size that fit really well in my mini album. So there you go, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.